Alright, this is going to be the review, simple review, of the Bachmann SD40-2 in New York, Susquehanna, and Western. This is DCC on board, but not sound equipped. I already have it out of the box. I have all the paperwork behind the end. Okay, for some reason it's... Come on, focus. It wasn't focused. Come on. There we go. Paperwork with it. I'm doing this handheld because I forgot my tripod is in the vehicle and I'm just left with that, so I don't want to put this off anymore. Here's our Bachmann stuff, the exploded parts diagram, advertisement for the calendar, for the catalog, warranty information, and Bachmann postcard order form, the new e-newsletter. Alright, here's the locomotive in the standard clamshell packaging. Now, most reviews, it comes out of the top easily, but this one, it doesn't, it sticks to the top. They're extra plastic. Now, this does not come with the styrofoam that you see now, that you see in a lot of others. Now this, the camera is not, there we go. Detail is not that great. You can see the brake wheel here is molded. You can barely see that it's a brake wheel. Isn't that great? The sand filler hatch here. The handrails look pretty decent. The chain, now on more expensive locomotives, this is usually an actual chain. It will move. This one does not. It does not have the step. Made some notes here. The biggest problem with this, of course, Bachmann is a budget locomotive. This costs $99. It's not a scale train. It's not going to be. However, there are some things that I think Bachmann could have done better. First of all, the no snowplow. There's no snowplow. There should be a snowplow on this front end. The horn is in the wrong position. On 3018, the horn is back here. It's back on this. We're in this area, and it's a 5 chime. This one's a 3 chime. There is no ditch lights. Now, of course, working ditch lights, that's something you should have should probably be limited for a more expensive model, but they could, but at least the housing. That would have been nice if the housing was there. And these class lights. This locomotive never had class lights. That is something that would have be nice if Bachmann had more than one SD40-2 mold. It seems like this one they have one SD40-2 mold and it has class lights. This would be something that you'd expect on like a Conrail SD40-2 or something like that. That's the major. Also, another, I forgot one thing. Back here, there's no grab irons. There should be grab irons going up this side. That's something that's not that fine major of a detail. That it would be nice if it had. That's unfortunately, you can of course install grab irons later, but that would be nice to have from the factory. Other details I noticed is that would be on a more expensive model is the shades over the windows. Let me pause this. On the real 3018, there is an indentation here. The S, I don't believe he's even that big. There's an indentation in the nose here where it looks like a headlight would have been at one point. and the S is in that indentation. There's no pilot details. There's nothing there. There's an effort. I mean, there is the things where the hoses come off, but that's it. The S is too low. That's another thing. That S should be up a little bit higher. These top details are silver. They should be, I believe they're black on the prototype. The door details are fake looking. It doesn't look that bad on camera, but they do look pretty bad on. The brake wheel could be better. I mean, I'm not even sure the camera can pick it up with the extra light. There it goes. The brake wheel could be a little bit better. I mean, and on the other side, this portal, it's not there on the prototype. Now, the radiators, of course, they're not see-through, but it does, the top detail does, it looks good. It looks good if you don't know, and there's more class lights that don't belong. At least these are painted red. It looks good if you don't know. Again, another thing I forgot to mention is the deck is smooth, and a textured deck would be nice. Overall, it's a good locomotive. It's definitely worth $99. We'll put it on the rails, and I have the NC system already fired up, so we will see how, and I've already run this before, so we will put this on the rails. It's on. That's on. Now I am on speed step 0. I still have the address at 3. I have not changed it to 3018. You're on 1. Now you hear the motor noise. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you get to 6, and it starts to move. It's moving a little bit. It's just crawling along. Seven, it gets moving a little bit better. 8, 9. Get to 11, and it's moving fairly smoothly. It is hesitating a little bit. Get to 12 and it's a little bit smoother, and at speed step 13 it is smooth. Now we'll bring it back. Speed step 18, we'll stop it. I'll turn on the headlight. Now it is in reverse, so the headlight is, it looks a lot brighter on camera than it does in person. Now I've just switched it to forward direction, and the rear headlight dims. Switch it back to reverse, and the rear headlight gets brighter. Turn off the headlight. Turn on the headlight. That's a button. Escape. This is a 28 speed step decoder. So it starts moving at speed step 6 without any cars. Now I do not have the stuff for the pull test, and I don't have the scale and stuff like that. I'll get that stuff eventually, so this is just a simple review. But I am going to pause this, and I am going to get a freight car, and we'll see what speed step it takes to pull the car. Alright, I have one flat car, and the package just fell. The Walters train line, Union Pacific flat car. Speed step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's not moving. Go up to 7, still not moving. It's upper part of speed step 7. It starts to move. It moves at speed step 8. So, yeah. And at speed step 14, it's smooth. We'll change direction. It's smoother. Seems to be smoother going in reverse than it is forward. But yeah, two more speeds. You have to put up 2 more speed steps to even get it to move. Doing pulling the car. Get a closer look at. Of course, the number boards are not lighted. That's not something I would expect from a budget model. But overall, I'd say it's good if you want a DCC locomotive, but don't want to spend a lot of money. This one has been on my wish list for a while. I finally decided to get it. I'm thinking about getting another locomotive, which is an Atlas B40-8, also New York Susquehanna Western. All the locomotives I review will be ones that I will be buying for the future layouts. I'm not going to buy a locomotive just to review it, but I will review locomotives that I get as I get them, and each one will get, and the reviews will get better over time. But this is just a simple review, talking about what I think about this locomotive, how it could have been improved, and such. But Bachmann is not likely to ever be a model that you get for a lot of detail. And it's good pulling ability. I can't say for sure because I don't have the stuff. Eventually I will, when I get more locomotives and do that, I'll do a video. Might do a video comparing different ones. I think that would be an interesting thing to put on the channel. But that's the review. My thoughts. Maybe I'll review this flat car. I don't think so. I don't think I need to review freight cars. But make sure to keep watching the channel for future acquisitions. Maybe I'll win some contests and such. I'm working on I'm gotta find out how much it'll cost to get heat upstairs, and if it's heated upstairs, then I'd be more apt to work on the programming track up there. I'm having some back problems right now. I haven't been able to do much around the house, but sorry for the shakiness, but I unfortunately forgot to get my tripod, and I didn't want to put off this video any longer. Take care.